Good morning. We're going to go over the Principal Portal and the Nutritionist Portal a bit this morning. And the first thing that, of course, you need to know is how to take and get uh, to that. And the URL for that is simply right up here, https principal.totalmilk.com. And of course, that'll bring you to the login screen here. But of course, until you get a login, there's no way for you to take and access it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create an account. So if you come to the regular login screen and you click on create an account, and it'll come up here and it's going to ask you for a couple of pieces of information. And first of all, your full name. So if you're Robert Johnson, you put in Robert Johnson. Then, and what's really important, is your email address. It's rjohnson@aol.com. And what's so uh, important about this is the fact is that if you mistype this email address, you're going to create an account where it's going to be impossible for it to return a password to you because it's going to be sending it to an email account that doesn't exist that will bounce. And then down here you can put in your initial password, and you'll note little wording under here. It says password must be at least 7 characters, which contains alphanumeric and special character. So you could go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pound 1. Okay, something like this. Oh, and if you want to double check what you punched in, you can take and go over to this and click on it, and it will show you the password you punched in to confirm that you didn't miskey it. The last item needed here is going to be your tenant code, and that's going to be given to you by the plant or co-op that you are affiliated with, and it's typically going to be something like TMMS something like this. And what that does is we have to know which one of our tenants that you're associated with, and that will actually send them a notification that you've applied for an account as a nutritionist or a principal. And then you can take and click the register button, and away you will go, and it will then go into the system, and it will generate an email and send that to you, which would be at this address right here. And you will take and be able to log into it once your tenant has approved you. So you might want to give it a day or so, or you might want to call your plant and say, hey, have you approved my application for the Principal Nutritionist Portal? And then they can give you that information. Once you do that, I'm going to back up here just a little bit and get back to the regular login screen. And I'm going to use an account that I've got set up here as a nutritionist. And it will log you in. As a nutritionist here, you won't be able to really see any pay information, but what you'll do is if you have several producers from that one plant, you'll have a drop-down list here, and it will take and give you all of the various producers that you're tracking nutrition on the herd, and they'll all be listed here. Got profile thing here, and then that will take and give you a little bit more information on each one of the people there. One of the things when you first log in, let me get back to the beginning of this. you'll see an announcement here. These can be pretty important. It says new updates version 1.8. You will need to log out and re-log into your account for the updates to take effect. And that's because we do keep you logged in, so you don't have to run through your password each time, but so you can make them force a log out and then log back in again. And you will take and grab this password. And in you come. There is one issue that came up when we did a major version upgrade in this. Some people are saying we logged in and the screen is blank. Okay, and we do have a knowledge base article on this. But basically, if you're able to authenticate, but you're not seeing data on this page, you basically need to clear the cache. And that is done in Internet Explorer this way, which most of you are probably running that, though we do recommend Chrome also. You have to go over to this gear symbol, and you have to go over to Internet Options, and you have to go over to delete temporary files, history, cookies, save passwords, etc. And you'll click delete on this and make sure they're all checked and click delete. And then you can click apply here and OK. So that flushes out your cache, and then basically it's going to be another one of these things, log out, and you're going to log back in again. And with the same password. And boom, you're back into your system. So that is definitely the tricks if you're having any issues. The only other issues as of late have been password jail, and we're not terribly sure how this is happening, but what we're doing is if you take and if we do a log out here, I'm going back to refresh to the base page. And we're back at our login again here. So let's say we go ahead and we try to log in. And a lot of times when you're, of course, having password problems, or you can't key your password in right, or you forgot your password, or you accidentally entered the password wrong, whatever. So you put any kind of password in there that you think, and you click login, and we get username and password did not match any account. Please try again. So we're going to do it. We're going to try it again. I says, I'm sure that I put this password in here. And we click login, and it says no. So now what do you want? What can you do? Well, basically either you set the account up with the wrong password, or you forgot the password, or you're just keying the wrong password in over and over again. So the only thing that you can do is you got to go to forgot password, and now it's going to ask for your email address. So you're going to put it in. And the way this is going to send you a new password. Okay. Our administrators can go in and set a password for you, but what the system will do is it says, well, we know what your email address is, but you don't know what your password is that unlocks the site. So what we're going to do is we're going to generate one. We're going to email it to you. So it's pretty doggone important, that you have your email address correct. So if we run over here to our email client, get over here in just a second to mine. You will get, in a second here, an email. It looks like this. Password reset, your new password is. Okay. And of course, I use password keeper here, so I just simply take and copy that and paste it over to my password keeper. So now we go back and using that new password, I take and put it in there. Lo and behold, I am back in again. So what we do if there are issues out there, people come back and say, I just simply can't log in, I'm having problems, etc., etc., etc. Our phase one is we reset the password to a password that we know, because that particular password that was sent to you in your email is encrypted in our database, and we don't even know what it is. Okay, it's part of the security protocols to give you the best security possible is that you manage and handle your own passwords, and we don't even know what they are. It's pretty hard for somebody to hack you and steal passwords if they're all encrypted, isn't it? Isn't that funny how all these big places like Yahoo, etc., are getting hacked when some very simple procedures will actually prevent all. So what we do if you absolutely throw your hands up in the air and say, I can't log in, is we go in, we set our password, okay? We take and log in as you with the new password reset, and we confirm that everything is working here. And then through your co-op or plant, they will advise you that, yes, the site is working, everything's correct. That's the phase one fix. The phase two fix is you still can't log in or whatever, and that requires that we remote in. The very last one I did was a whopping 3 minutes to get everything working on the principal's computer. And basically, all I did was I went in and followed the knowledge base article. I logged in. I was able to get in. I cleared the cache. I logged out. I logged back in again. Everything was perfect. So I understand to non-computer type people, computers can be very frustrating, but they are strictly logical and they will work correctly if you do everything in the correct sequence and make no mistakes. They are very literal. There is no, they're like pass fail. You can't kind of get things right. They're right, they're either wrong. So, in this day and age, maybe that's kind of a radical concept, but unfortunately, that's how things work in the mechanical and the engineering world also. So, just a little heads up on. Uh, if you have any type of modern PC, I know that it's just really being careful and checking your configurations. One of the neat things now also too, and I moved over into Chrome because Chrome's got a facility here where you can emulate mobile devices. So you have your iPad, you can do it as an iPhone 5, you can do it as a Galaxy S5. Also, as you're in this, you can go landscape and portrait. So the Principal Portal is fully mobile ready, and we'll hop in here with another one of my accounts as principal. here in our demo database. And you can see that you virtually have the same features, okay, that you have in your full desktop, and including all your reports, your paycheck, your PDFs are going to be in here just like they are normally on your regular desktop system, except I'm not on a proper month for this. I'll go grab some tests, see if we have test reports. So you have your test reports, and you can get them in landscape and horizontal both ways. So everything, and the controls all work the same, etc. Whether it be on a tablet or a cell phone, smartphone. And this is actually going to get a step further here. I'm not exactly sure of the timetable, but we are going to have the Principal Portal, Nutritionist Portal, is going to be released natively for iPads, iPhones, and Android platforms. And what that basically means is the application itself, instead of just using a browser on your tablet or your smartphone, you'll actually just have an icon, and the application will actually be loaded on your phone, and you can pick them up via Google Play and the iTunes Store. They're going to be free of charge to anybody that wants to have the native application on, and that will be along shortly. In fact, as a whole here, our biggest push is going to be towards mobile app development, and we've even kidded around that you could actually probably run a complete payroll system from a tablet or a mobile device. So everything is cloud centric here. All of our applications beyond the dairy industry now are all going cloud centric, and we're basically committed to a cloud centric philosophy for all our software from here on out. The front end to get everything up and rolling versus a dedicated or local server is significantly more of an effort. But once you start to deploy, that's when you reap all your rewards with it. Basically, there isn't the systems that are out there right now, and producer payroll, etc., are basically a couple of days of school and 2 or 3 days of setup with the hardware and configuration and testing. And basically, if you were to wish to start a payroll system with us, it would be overnight. You'd be running the next morning, and in all reality, it generally takes us around 15 to 20 minutes to spool up a new tenant, with the basic interface, the login, and you're ready to run. So things have changed that way. They've had to change just because of the cost of support and overhead with the number of systems out there, that there has to be a better way to do it. And there is, and it works quite well. So there's a little bit more if you want. Like I said, you can run over here to a Galaxy S5. You're going to wind up with some scrolling here um, with some of the reports and everything, but basically everything's going to take and work pretty much exactly the same, whether you're on mobile or whether you're on desktop. So, and then we can take it back up to the iPad, which iPads are kind of neat. They kind of bridge the void between desktop and a smartphone. You got a lot more real estate on them, and far be it from me to be an Apple man, but I actually own two iPads and primarily got started with iPads due to the aviation applications on them. So they are pretty neat. And the nice thing about a write once deploy in multiple locations is we basically write our code for the browser, desktop browser, and then we basically can take and recompile without rewriting that code for the mobile and the tablet platforms. So that saves us a lot of time. So there's a basic overview. Like I said, coming up, we're going to have dedicated apps for the Principal Portal, and they will be on the iTunes and the Google Play websites, and we'll have more information and links on them when they're available. And also, this particular dissertation on the Principal Portal is available from our live stream for history. So if you do have any of your end users, your principals, producers, or your nutritionists that are having problems with this site, please forward this link to them, and they're welcome to sit down, take a look at it, and help them out. And as always, if you just are hitting a roadblock, get a hold of us. We will take and issue a TeamViewer session ID and hop on to the suspect computer, and we'll get it all wrapped up for you in short order. So that's all I've got for you here in this presentation. I think this will be used in a live feed, and it'll be switched back over to the live feed at the end of this. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch up with you later.